Genesis is a book that has so many events in it that you can actually miss how unhinged it actually is. Everyone knows the "in the beginning" part, but what a lot of people don't know about is the time a bunch of Elohim came down to Earth to impregnate human women. Genesis 6, 1 through 4 talks about an event where Elohim manifested themselves and decided to rewrite human biology. Yahweh, by the way, I'll get to him, effectively sees this and says, this isn't going to fly. I'm pressing the reset button in 120 years. Now, this is what's known as the creation of the Nephilim. Elohim took human form, which they can do, as Hebrews 13:2 later clarifies, and impregnated a bunch of human women, effectively giving birth to a hybrid of physical Elohim and humans. These hybrids were often tall, uncommonly strong, intelligent, and capable of incredible feats, and they were an absolute terror to humanity. I don't know if they were all evil, but it suggested that many of them were, and the issue wasn't just that they were a problem for humanity. This was a biological incursion that could not stand. Elohim DNA in human DNA seemed to be treated more like an unwanted viral mutation. So God did what he said he'd do, and he flooded the world, effectively destroying the mutation's influence. But the issue is that the mutation didn't completely disappear. Genesis 6 makes it clear that all flesh had been corrupted, and while Noah's line was pure-blooded human, it's suspected that either the flood was more localized than global and some Nephilim got away, or the mutation lived on in the wives of Noah's sons, which is why you see the descendants of the Nephilim make a reappearance in the book of Numbers, where Israelite scouts went into Canaan and reported,
"And there we saw the Nephilim, and we seemed to ourselves like grasshoppers, and so we seemed to them."
Joshua, the man who picked up where Moses left off, actually purged the land of these Nephilim remnants and left only a few pockets, one of which was Gath, which is where Goliath would later hail from. David would be responsible for purging the last of the active mutation from the human race with a well-placed rock.